Let's talk about Trump's lies, shall we?
Sure. I mean, where would you even start on a topic like that? Oh, we're already live. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know.
I thought we were still in the backstage, John. I was about to say something. I was so close to cancellation right there. So close.
Look, we've all been there. Look, you're not until you get one of those cancellation comments. You haven't lived yet. You haven't arrived.
No, I got one last week that pissed off a bunch of conservatives, though. Can I tell you this while people are rolling in? By the way, people hit the heart button for us so more people see it for Don.
Hit the like, hit the thumbs up, regardless of what platform you're on. If you're watching us on YouTube or on Instagram or on Substack, whatever, make sure you hit the like, the thumbs up, and follow us on.
That's why you're a better content creator than I am, because you remind people about different platforms, and I'm just all Substack all the time. So I was on News Nation with our friend Leland Vittert last week, and I forgot the name of the Republican operative I was debating, and I said the wrong name, and Leland corrected me, and he goes, "That's Steve. Paul's the other guy." And I go, "Oh, I'm sorry. All you Republicans look alike to me." Just on live TV, and they laughed and stuff, but I had a bunch of people like in my like Twitter feed being like, "That's so hurtful and offensive," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Come on, it's a joke. You guys need to chill the fuck out."
Oh my God, I'm getting flack for a joke right now, and it's like, give me a break. Like, can we just stop it? I made a joke where I said, my social media team asked me, they said, "Is Megyn Kelly chopped?" And I said, "I don't know what that means. I've heard it." And they said, "Is she not attracted?" Or something that's not. And I said, "No, I think so." And I said, but the thing is, and also, I think she looks trans. And she is clockable, which means that, and everyone's like, "You're calling trans people ugly."
What does clockable mean? What does clockable mean?
That you can, when some trans women will tell you, I mean, some trans people are passable. You would not know.
Oh, okay.
But clockable means that I clocked you. You're whatever. And so, look, I have a lot of trans.
The line is right there on that one. I think.
Yeah, I have a lot of trans friends, and they all think it was funny. So get over it.
There is like a thing where people get offended on another group's behalf. And like, that's the thing I hate. It's like, I think you get to decide if you're offended by, like, I get to decide if I'm offended about Italian jokes. That's about it.
I should have just said, "I'm sorry," because no one wants to look like Megyn Kelly. So that's why people were offended.
This is by far one of the most chaotic start standing episodes we've ever done.
So let's talk about Trump's lies, because there are a lot of them. He was on Air Force One. I was shocked. Well, should I be shocked? Where he was saying, "This is the greatest economy ever in the world. We've tackled inflation. Energy prices are down. What else? The cost of goods, groceries, that's down. Anyways, and he just went on and on and on. And I was like, no journalist fact checked him there. They just let him spout it.
So can I ask this question? Because I think we assume that he's lying, but is it possible that he's been misinformed by his own people? That Stephen Miller is feeding him false information?
100%.
The emperor has no clothes.
And it could be both.
Yeah, it could be both. But like, look, you can't gaslight the American people into believing that the economy is strong. And if you look at the polling this week, he's the most unpopular he has ever been in this term. I think I saw negative 18% today from The Economist. He is not a popular man, and people are pissed. These layoff announcements this week are devastating. 30,000 from Amazon. I think it was one of the car companies was laying a couple thousand people off today. It's not a great situation, and everything's getting more expensive. So you can have the best messenger, you can have the best message, you can use the Fox News right-wing, conservative propaganda machine all you want. You can't gaslight people into believing that their paycheck is going as far as it is. So it's a fruitless endeavor for him.
Yeah. Well, not only that, it is, we're coming up to a place right now, right, where we're going to get 40 million people who are going to lose benefits.
Yep.
You have air traffic controllers who are few and far between, people waiting in lines for hours and hours at the airport, not enough air traffic controllers to keep our, skies safe. I mean,
and the controllers who are working right now are not being paid. Like, they're not being paid, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Look, Republicans have not been at work. Let's be clear about this. Like, you can make an argument that Democrats shut down the government because we have a legitimate concern about the healthcare subsidies that are going to go into place. Right now, millions of Americans are going to see their healthcare premiums double or triple, and Democrats aren't going to stand for that. But the Republicans have not shown up for work. House Republicans have only worked 12 days since the middle of July. Pretty sure either one of us, Don, would get fired if we worked that little over a 4-month period, 3-month period, however long it's been. So they're acting like, well, if you just reopen the government, we'll get to work right away on the healthcare subsidies and all the other things, but they're not. And they have the money, by the way, to keep SNAP open. They do. They have the money sitting in escrow right now to keep it open. They're making an intentional decision to cut people off their food assistance right now in an attempt to punish the Democrats. And it's not going to work because we're not going to back down on this. The Democrats are right to keep the government shut down.
Well, I heard a conversation this morning on television about the SNAP benefits, right? And all the other government benefits. I think it's on Saturday when, people, they may not get it. And I heard someone say, well, this isn't politics. This isn't about ideology. I'm not saying which party is responsible. And because I just want people to be able to afford to feed their families, which I agree 100%. But also there's the greater good, which America is about, the greater good. And the greater good is healthcare for all Americans. So I want people to be able to get their benefits. I think people who are on SNAP, it's awful that they may not be getting, the services that they deserve. However, people who, get the government assistance on SNAP, they also are affected by the healthcare thing. Yes. And so the healthcare thing affects many more millions of Americans than just the SNAP benefits. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't get them, but we have to look at the overall big picture in this. And it is important, I believe, who is keeping the government closed. It is important that people that people's premiums will go up.
Well, and let's keep in mind, too, that the other thing that Democrats are fighting for during the shutdown is to get one hand back on the wheel for Congress on tariffs. Republicans in Congress are not willing to stand up to Trump on tariffs. That's making everything more expensive for every single American. And where I've landed on this entire shutdown fight is Washington, D.C., for the better part of my lifetime, since Barack Obama was elected president, has been predicated on this idea that the Republicans can act as shamelessly and irresponsibly as they want, and the Democrats are the ones who are going to be the adults to pick up the mess so the government doesn't fall apart. We're the ones that have to keep the CR going. We're the ones that have to keep the government running so they can play whatever bullshit games and say whatever they want to their base. And Democrats shouldn't do that anymore. Like, ultimately, we get punished for living in the real world and trying to act responsibly, and the Republicans don't. And so they have crowed about how they won in this massive landslide election, that they have this massive mandate, that they have total control to do whatever the fuck they want. And now, the minute it's not working for them, it's on us. Like, it's bullshit. If they want to reopen the government, they should work with Democrats, come back to work, and get these healthcare subsidies fixed. And we could end that. That could happen tomorrow. We'd be doing them a political favor. It's so damn popular.
But isn't there a multi-billion-dollar reserve that they have in case something like this happens? And why? So then, why aren't the people who are actually in control of the Congress and the government? Why aren't they using it to make sure that people do get their benefits?
Because they don't care. They don't care. Like, look at Ann Coulter yesterday was saying that we should let the 40 million Americans be kicked off of their health insurance, or kicked off of these SNAP benefits, so they can go get a real job. Well, the vast majority of people who are on SNAP already have a job. You can only qualify for SNAP if you have less than $3,000 in liquid assets. So you're already the people who are on these benefits are people who are not wealthy individuals, period. And the people who are not working are kids or people with disabilities. So it's just, they're cruel. They don't think the government should be making sure that people get fed. And so they're happy to watch SNAP get destroyed. And they're leveraging this moment to do it because they want to dismantle the government. What's going to happen, though, is that Trump is already negative 18% approval today. He's so low that even Rasmussen today, which is basically a propaganda outfit, has him down 8%. They're going to find that the American people are going to get more pissed. They think Trump has reached his bottom. He hasn't even come close to the bottom. The majority of people on SNAP are people who live in red states. So it's about to hit red states hard. I don't want it to happen for any of them, for anybody blue or red state, but it's going to happen most to red states. And Democratic states will step up to provide support for those people.
Do you think they will?
I think Democratic states will. I think California, Illinois, Massachusetts, they will step up to fill the void. I don't know that Republican states will. Are you going to tell me the state of Mississippi, which has the highest poverty rate in the nation, is actually going to finally fucking do something about it? I doubt it.
Wow, you're fired up about this.
I'm pissy today. I'm pissy.
Yeah, but all of this, imagine all of this is happening and he is fiddling in Asia while America is burning. That's a real thing.
He's cosplaying as president of the United States. Like he's not even the leader of the free world. That's how like weak America is. You see that with Russia. You see that with this Israeli Gaza peace deal has completely fallen apart. A week and a half ago, they brought the hostages home, which is a good thing, but they were crowing about how Trump had brought peace to the Middle East. And last night, Israel killed 60 people in Gaza with airstrikes. So, like, where's he on that? Trying to keep his peace deal together.
Yeah. So where is trying to keep it together is not together.
It's gone. It's dead. Right.
It's not a ceasefire if people are firing. It's not a peace deal if things are not peaceful.
I agree.
I think it was 104 people at last count who died, and I think it's 104 Gazans who died because Israel, struck Gaza.
Yep.
So it's
not to mention all the people who are being starved in Gaza right now too, because they're forcing them to be starved. They're not allowing the delivery of aid. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And where is the leader of the free world? Where is he? Where the fuck is he? I don't know. I don't even know who that person is right now. Pope Leo is the leader of the free world as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me where Donald Trump is. I was going to say, I just told you he's fiddling in Asia. And did you see him in Japan, like walking around, like, and they had to, the prime minister had to guide him, like, sir, it's over here. People are like, where are you walking to? And they criticized Joe Biden for that forever, saying that he was in cognitive decline because he went over during some visit and he was looking at a parachuter or something like that. Or,
Well, they took so many clips of Biden. They took so many clips of Biden out of context, and like then the media wants to completely ignore what's going on with Trump. Like he is not there, and like we went through that maybe in the last year with Biden more than a little bit, and I think the debate scared everybody. But like it's happening again, and I can't wait for this period of time to be over. We can get a younger person, which at this point I would expect somebody in their 60s as a younger person be president of the fucking United States. God. And by the way, if we elected a 60-year-old president of the United States, they would be younger than the average age of Congress, which is 68 for both Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's crazy.
Have you seen this clip with Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No.
Talking about she's
Resistance hero Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah, like Marjorie Taylor Greene now is she's I don't know if can you call her woke? I'm not sure.
Well, you can call anything woke now. That's a word that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Woke just means I don't like it.
I want to play something.
You get that set up. I'll talk about this. The other night I was eating dinner and I didn't like something that I ate, and I was joking with a friend. I was like, these potatoes are woke. Because like woke doesn't mean anything anymore. It's just for like something for conservatives to say they don't like it. Like the Cracker Barrel shit, like when they redesigned the Cracker Barrel logo in the inside, I was like, it's really bad and they shouldn't do that. Nothing about it was woke. They weren't trying to make Cracker Barrel woke. It was just bad design. Stupid. Did we lose you, Don?
Okay, I want to play this for you because, what did I do with it? Because
you're back now.
It's weird. My voice, this does weird things to my voice, but I want to play this so you can see it.
Mm-hmm. And then when they try to buy a home,
okay, you ready?
Prices have not come down at all.
The job market is
still extremely difficult. Wages have not gone up. Health insurance premiums are going to go up. Car insurance goes up every year. People's homeowners insurance goes up.
Yep.
Rent is going up.
Yep.
Young people have no hope of buying a home. And then when they try to buy a home, they end up, like I said, competing with like Blackstone or somebody else.
The average home buyer now is 38 years old. It just came out.
Right.
The average home buyer, 38.
On the flip side, baby boomers can't sell their homes. Right. They pay massive capital gains taxes. They don't know, like, well, what do I move to? How do I downsize? I can't replace what I have.
Right.
So there are problems on both ends. Some of my own personal family members, some of my own personal friends, they're getting by month to month, charging up their credit cards. Prices have not come down at all.
The job market is
still extremely difficult. Wages have not gone up.
What do you think?
So a couple of things. She's right about basically everything that she said there. Now, let's talk about why she's suddenly going woke, if you want to call it that, is she didn't get what she wanted. She wanted to run for Senate in Georgia. She wanted to run for governor. The National Party stepped in and told her not to. So she's pissed at them, and she has nowhere to go. So my guess is she's planning to run for president of the United States, and she's pissed at the establishment. She's pissed at Trump. She's reading the same polling that you and I do, Don, that show Trump is very unpopular and the economy's in bad shape. And she doesn't give a flying fuck if they try to primary her. So to her credit, she's willing to speak truth to power. She's willing to engage with reality again, and she's not going to let Trump bulldoze over her. I'll give her credit for that, but like, let's be clear, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not an ally. You know, it's like the couple of times that like Candace Owens says something that is salient and correct to me, I'm like, she's still Candace Owens. Like, she's still Marjorie Taylor Greene. She still believes in Jewish space lasers that are controlling the weather. So, but again, she's right. Everything she said there could have been something that I said on a podcast or Bernie Sanders said on a podcast. She's correct.
But what does that do for the MAGA loyalists or for Donald Trump? Does it have any effect on them?
I think it just shows the fracturing of the MAGA coalition, because there's only one person in the country who could keep that coalition together, and it's Donald Trump. And the weaker he gets and the closer that we approach the presidential election, that coalition is going to completely fracture. There's this idea in American politics when you win a presidential election that you're going to keep that coalition forever, but you can't. Obama couldn't keep the coalition of the ascendant together outside of 2012. Hillary Clinton couldn't do it. Joe Biden had a different coalition when he won 4 years ago. Whatever happens in the next 4 years, if we elect a Republican or if we elect a Democrat, it'll be an entirely different coalition of Americans. And I think you're seeing that now. So when they go to war in the Republican presidential primary between Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz and J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth and the rest of them, they're going to be trying to build an entirely different coalition. What they'll probably do is try to rebuild MAGA in the aggregate, but none of them can do it. And I think Taylor Greene is being actually pretty savvy here and going, I have a different lane and I can establish myself as MAGA enough while also acknowledging the fact that the economy's fucking broken. Smart. I think it's smart. Smart.
You think she's that strategic and she's playing, 3D chess like that?
I mean, yes. Yeah, I don't think she suddenly woke up and was like, oh, the economy's bad, I'm going to go on Tim Dillon and talk about it. I mean, that's a very strategic move. She's been out in front on Epstein. She understands how that's a danger to the MAGA movement. She's out in front on the economy. She understands it. Tony just said a snake can shed its skin. However, it's still a snake. Like, I think that's right. And by the way, going on Tim Dillon is a smart and strategic play to target young men who are getting killed in this economy. The job market is so bad for anybody under 30 right now because AI is taking all of these entry-level jobs away. So it's very smart, very savvy move by her.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it, but she's not an ally. Let's not pretend like she's a friend.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder where she will be in a few months or a few weeks.
Yeah. Listen, at this trajectory, she might be endorsing single-payer healthcare, so who the fuck knows? It's the horseshoe theory of politics. Maybe she's just going to suddenly become a Bernie bro.
I don't. Do you know? I'm just getting some breaking news coming across the wire. Do you know Kat Abu-Ghazala?
Yes, I do. I'm working for one of her primary opponents in the race for Illinois 9. I like Kat a lot, though. I met her a couple times.
She responds to a federal indictment, vows to fight baseless charges and protect constituents. Do you know about that?
I had heard a rumor about it. Is it public knowledge? I didn't know if
she says, yeah, it's coming across. I have been charged in a federal indictment sought by the Justice Department. The political prosecution is an attack on all of our First Amendment rights. I am not backing. Hold on. She says, I am not backing down and we're going to win.
I'm assuming that's because she was protesting at Broadview, the ICE facility here in Chicago.
If you would like me to go more into it, excuse me, probably. Let me see.
There's a video. So for folks who haven't seen, there's a video of her. It's actually her and a bunch of other people. But she got picked up by an ICE agent and thrown to the ground. And like Kat is, I've met Kat a couple of times. Like she is, 5 foot. She's a relatively small person. Like I was actually legitimately scared for her. If you ever seen like the image of like Bane picking up Batman and like, breaking it, that's what it looked like to me when it happened. Yeah. It was pretty scary.
She says, I have learned that the Department of Justice has charged 6 people, including myself, with federal crimes for exercising our First Amendment rights near ICE's Broadview Processing Center. So that's what it is. And then
that's a tremendous escalation for the DOJ to start going after people like that, especially a prominent, candidate for Congress. I mean, Kat is she's running. She's got a real chance to win, I think. I prefer my candidate, but I work with the mayor, Evanston Mayor Daniel Biss is my candidate in that race, but I like Kat a lot.
Okay, so one more thing that's coming across the wire. This is also breaking news with Mike Nellis. 2 U.S. prosecutors suspended after describing January 6th attack as a mob.
Yeah.
The Justice Department has placed 2 federal prosecutors in Washington on leave a day after they filed a document in court that referred to the January 6, 2021 attack in the U.S. Capitol as a riot carried out by a mob, 2 people familiar with the matter said. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was absolutely a mob. I mean, mob is the nicer term for what I would call it. I call it a riot. It was a riot. That's what it was.
Well, they said it was a riot, a quote, riot, carried out by a mob.
By a mob. I mean, it's look, this DOJ is set up exclusively to work for Donald Trump. I mean, the deputy attorney general is literally his private attorney. They're about to pay Donald Trump $250 million to cover his legal costs from the last couple of years. So, I mean, they're going after his political enemies. They're going after Kat. They're going to go after anybody that they think is standing in their way, that has, aggrieved the president in some way, that is effective part of the resistance. I just, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And they're going to weed people out who aren't willing to do the things they need to do. And the worst part is the FBI, the DOJ, all these other federal agencies, their job is to keep us safe and lock bad people behind bars, and they're not doing that. Instead, any moment that they spend investigating James Comey for perjury is a drug trafficker they're not going after, is a sexual predator they're not going after, is a terrorist they're not going after. So it's a fucking waste of time. And eventually it's going to catch up with them when there's a terrorist attack or a mass shooting or something bad happening that they could have stopped.
Why are you so salty today?
I don't know. Not enough sleep? Too much sleep? I don't know.
I think maybe...
Is this not what I'm like every day?
No. Is this... have you had too much coffee? Are you having some cognitive decline?
No, I don't even drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, Don. I'm caffeine free.
I can't. I drink it, but I shouldn't because it makes me jittery and I get really pissed. And anyways, yeah, I get like you. Mike Nellis.
I mean, are we making good content? That's all that I care about, I guess.
Thank you. We're all salty. Kelly A says it's all too much. We are all salty. Thank you, Mike Nellis. I'll see you next week. Okay. Be well, my friend.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.